Oh, sorry about that. Just had the old turn the old boombox down, as I say. Les Mauley here once again. This time coming at you from just outside Matara, as always. Apart from my brief Dunedin internship, as it were, just of the other week. And ever since coming back down from old Dunedin, well, I've just been sitting here, having left old Jolly Stout, sitting in the midst of Mosgiel, saying, "I've had enough of you, bloody Joel. Good God, insult us and leave us and embarrass us for the last time." He put up a hell of a struggle there, even a few tears streaming down his old cheeks. Well, I've had it with the few buggers I used to know from Dunedin. But anyway, that's another story, and that's what it was. Left him outside the taxi ranks. Big portly fellow said he'd take care of him, and I think he'd, from what I connotated, the big portly taxi driver was implying that he'd take care of him in more than one way, but that's not my business anymore. So I'm done with it, and for the last 3 days I've been sitting on my veranda at Mauley Farms here, just outside Matara. Got a 46 pack of Spates, and it's been keeping me going. I'll say that much. So, as the sun rose this one particular last morning, I suppose it was morning, I was sitting here, as I am now, watching the tall grass wave over the far corner, the northeastern corner there, and I was thinking, Jesus bloody Christ, that's where the olds are buried out there. No markers, no bloody crosses, because they didn't go in for crosses or any of that Christianity la-di-das. Just wheat. I don't even know. God, I'm a poor farmer. I don't even know if it's wheat or what it is. It looks like waving things to me. Sure enough, given my stance and the scheme of things, the old property will be relinquished come soon, I'm sure, because I can't even milk a cow for all I'm worth. But anyway, old Doris has since sorted away. I think she's been taken by old Jack McGill's property across the way. I was sitting here looking at the wavy grass, thinking that's where my folks were spent the last 10-odd years of their life in wavy knolls, but they weren't interned there. They were interned here in the wavy grass. And isn't that ironic? But all of a sudden, what should I hear but beepity beep, 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 beep. And I looked down the far trackway there, and it says 72 bloody Kingswood is military green, though slightly glossy in its turn there. It's not flat military. It's glossy, and who should step out but this rotund, puffing figure by the name of Howard you be. And I'll tell you this, I knew it were Howard you be. I knew it were old Howard from the way he listed once stepping out of the seat. It was like a sigh. It was like a devastated sigh of life itself. He said, it was like he said, I don't want to be, but here I am anyway. And I thought, oh, Jesus bloody Christ. It's old Jolly Stout sending one of his bloody mates down once again. So it's been a few years since that. Although I don't want to bloody see you. Howard, I shouted. Or I slurred, and he come back after a couple of puffs on his inhaler, bloody old bastard, 65 if you were a day. He said, if it isn't my old mate, Les, he says, enticing like, Oh my God, what am I going to do? I trudge along the old track there. I don't open the gate, though, mind. I just peer at him. I lean me forearms against the rails, and I say, "What do you want, bloody Howard?" And you know what he says. Don't take much mind to surmise what he says. Is in his wheezing way. He says, "How would you be?" I said, "I'm doing the same as always there, Howard. What you doing down these parts?" "Well, I just come down," he says. "Take a drive, see you peasantry at your worst." he had a habit of cackling. I must say that. I must include that as much as always. So, after the cackling was stopped, a couple of more puffs on his inhaler. And I just about lose patience and turn my heel, and he says, "Oh, it's the life of the town up there in Dunedin City," he says. He goes on to me. And I said, "In what way? I was up there for a bloody week, couldn't find a scrap of things that get me interested in bloody interested at all. You talk about bloody life, you old bastard. What the bloody hell are you talking about?" I said, nearly wheezing myself. I took another gulp of my spades. Had 3 bottles on me. I had a 4-pocketed trouser, Levi jeans, and I had bottles in each one of them. And I was supping from one of them. So I was a one-supping trousered man at that stage, and I took another gulp. That makes 2. And he looks at me sideways. His engine's still running, see, in the 72 HQ. And I said, "Turn that bloody bugger off. Irritating me. It's not running on all 8. I don't like a motor that's not running on all 8, I says to him. It's just fair less than that, you can keep it. You can plant it in the grass out the back field for all I'm worth." So he turns it off. And he says, "Oh, lads, you should move up to Dunners," he says to me in his wheezing way. "Oh, have no end of fun. Go out to the bloody Southern on a Friday night, oh, I'm the life of the show," he goes on. And by this stage, I've had a bloody enough. I just want to get back to have my 48th, and then thereon. And bury me out the backfield alongside the olds, and I'll be happy. For Jesus' bloody sake. And so I turns on heel without thinking and calls on Black Bloody Gladys. Or Gladys the Bloody Black Bitch, as the olds used to call her. And without being able to whistle, never had the ability to whistle, old Black Glad comes hoofing it along. She's an old sour ewe. Oh, God, must have laid 300 of her in her time. She comes hoofing it to the sound of my familiar voice. And old Howard says, "What the bloody..." And that's as far as he got. Old Black Gladys barreled down the iron metal bloody... I'm not kidding you. I'm not bloody joshing you here. I'm not fucking you either. Bloody iron railing gate fell smack on top of rotund. How would you be? And old Black Gladys commences to chewing his eyebrows. As hedgerow things they were. I passes out momentarily, falls on the ground, comes around to Black Gladys licking me forehead, as if to say, "Wake up, lads, you're the only fucking bastard friend I ever known." And I hoof it back to the veranda, work on my 40, whatever it were. Next thing I know, I turn head, and old Howard Jibby were gone. Him and his pea green bloody 72 HQ. And what do you think about that? So here I am. Like I said, time has been a bit delineated since we left old Dunners a few nights back, or was it 2 weeks back? I still find myself sat here on the porch, and the sun's coming up once again. And all I can think is, God, the bastards I've known. Good on you.